All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, I just want to do a quick video, about a dream that I had the other day. So I'm just going to bring out a couple scriptures. Lord, well, and this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Now, it wasn't necessarily a prophetic dream because usually, when I have dreams, it's just it's random or it's folly. But, this particular dream I had, it was folly. But at the latter end of it, you know, something, like a conversation was sparked about a particular prophecy that is going to take place, in the near future. So pretty much, I was like in an arcade having a conversation with, someone, and somehow the topic of World War III came up. And someone asked, well, who do you think's gonna win World War III? The guy that I was talking to, he said Korea. You know, I replied instantly, I said no, Russia, because those of us that are in the know, we know that, you know, Russia is gonna be that main, you know, country that's going to destroy America. Now, you are going to have, other countries like, China and North Korea, Iran, and even, America's allies ultimately are going to turn and shoot their arrows, i.e., their missiles on America. But pretty much, I just thought it was interesting. That was pretty much it. I was going to go and pretty much break it down in that dream, but, I woke up. But, it was interesting because the dream I was having, it was folly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going to go into it because it's not even important, but just that latter part of my dream, it was vivid, because again, this thing is going to happen. Like people really don't understand that we're in the midst of war, and this is going to be the war to end all wars. So I'm going to start in the book of Acts, chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 17, and it says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaids I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And yes, again, those of us, that are in the know again, some of us do have prophetic dreams. Now, I usually don't, you know, but again, that's the time that we're in, we're in the latter days, so the Lord, He's pouring out He's pouring the spirit out, so pretty much even not just, Israelites, even heathen nations, they can get prophetic dreams. Now, does that mean they're a prophet? No. Or does that mean, that the Lord is dealing with them particularly? No. The Lord, may have just wanted them to see that particular vision of something that's going to take place. But again, this is what's going to take place. Like it's a very real thing. There's the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 14. And it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And yes, that's the time that we're in. You know, World War I and II, have passed already, you know, and the world is at the brink of World War III. You know, the main countries that are going to go to war with each other are going to be America and Russia. You know, right now things are happening where, they're pretty much trying to avoid, you know, going to war directly with each other, but ultimately, something is going to happen to where, both countries are going to have to step in, you know, to pretty much defend, their allies. Because again, Russia is an ally to, a lot of or all of the Middle Eastern countries, is going to be a guard unto these smaller nations, just like, America, has NATO. But again, this is what's going to take place. Again, America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. You know, and again, just to reiterate, again, like people really don't understand. They don't understand. Like it's a very serious thing. So I'm gonna go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it says, And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horsemen, Slakia, all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords, Persia and Ethiopia, Slakia, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Tagarma, Slakia, of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And yes, just the couple, those are just a couple countries that were named, but ultimately Russia is going to be a guard unto these nations, because again, Russia is going to be that main component, that's going to destroy America. Now, ultimately, we know it's going to be our Lord Yahweh Shai that's going to bring judgment upon this wicked nation. But just on a lower level, Russia is going to be the one to do it. And this is what it's saying. Russia is going to be a guard unto these nations. But Russia is also going to destroy America, you know. It's the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. And it says, Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. And yes, the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is all, is going to utterly destroy America from off the face of the earth. He's going to leave this land completely desolate. No man is ever going to inhabit this land again after, that fire goes off from those missiles. You know, only desert creatures will dwell here because it's going to be left completely desolate, you know. And that's pretty much a judgment from the Lord that is going to bring upon this place, you know. Then break out one more. And then I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and that Slakia, and the day of the Lord shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So nothing is going to be left here in America. No remnants, of Esau, Edom's kingdom is going to be left. You know, America is going to be a memorial, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be nothing but ashes left here, and desert creatures. Once that fire goes out, you know, it's lucky. And I'm gonna bring that out, and then I'm gonna close. Because again, that fire is gonna burn for a long time. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 10. Slakia. And I'm going to start at verse 8. This is the book of Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. And yes, that's what's going to happen to America, you know, because once those missiles hit, that fire isn't going to go out instantly, it's going to burn for a long time. It's not going to burn forever, forever meaning, just a period of time. It's going to burn for a long time. And just like it says, it's going to be from generation to generation, you know. So ultimately, it's going to take a while for that fire to burn out because, again, that fire is also a cleansing agent. So, you know, the smoke that's left over, from that, from the fire is ultimately going to help cleanse the earth as well. And like I said, no one shall ever pass through this land again, you know. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles at the Elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.